Pistons are so back. Like it doesn't even make sense, but bro, like like you can't even put it into words. The joy that you feel for being a Pistons fan. Like after all these years of struggle and having the media talk so bad about the city, the players, the front office, although a little of the front office, like management, we all know who I'm talking about here, but we then had just so much just said about us negatively. It just finally feels good to have the NBA fans and media and coaches and just people all over the association start to respect the team and the name of Detroit basketball. Big, 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 big thank you to Coach Biggerstaff. Oh my God, JB has been like amazing. He's been one of the best coaches in the NBA, if not like top three. He's been so good. Most impactful coach this year. Most impactful goes to him, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And can we talk about, before we even get to our franchise player for the next 10 plus years, probably 13 plus years, I have to talk about the resurgence of Asar Thompson. I'm an NBA fan to where if a player doesn't immediately work out of the draft, I'm not the type of guy that's like, oh my God, he's never going to be impactful. He's never going to win a championship. Da, da, da. Instead of putting all these expectations, I remember the fact that these people are still humans and they go through stuff just like me and you every day. So just because a guy doesn't have success his first year like LeBron, like it's not. I guess our expectations of of being NBA fans have just been like lifted so high to where we expect these really young guys that are coming out of programs like OTE or are coming from overseas who are like really really young, to put them up to these expectations is just unrealistic. So I'm thinking, as an NBA community, I think we should all kind of lower the expectations of these young players, because then they end up with expectations to be the next Anthony Edwards or the next Devin Booker or the next Kay Cunningham, or like the next Giannis or something. Like, do we not realize that almost every NBA player has had to work for their success? Like, have we just forgotten this throughout NBA history or something? I don't get this. But anywho, man, Asar Thompson's been so good. Obviously, it's the media's notion since they pushed Amen while Asar was like injured. Since Amen was doing so good, now they're trying to push it to where like, oh yeah, Amen and Asar, yeah, they're gonna be basically the same player. Like, look, like when they're both good, they average. Like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Honestly, NBA Twitter could be such a like toxic place to be in if you're an NBA fan that just likes watching the game. Like, it's horrible. Like, why do people like feel the need to create fake NBA news? Like, that creates more drama than anything in the league. If you think about it, that's really all of these like fake agents and all of this stuff. Like, even with Shams, this is why I miss Woj. Like, Woj was with none of the nonsense. He didn't play into the media fact like of trying to get people on his side to trust his sources and all this type of stuff. Like, we just believed Woj because it was what it was. Like, there was no need to try and spruce it up and make like a big narrative for NBA players. Like this whole Jimmy Butler saga of Willie Won't He and Shams reporter, Shams being like the reporter of the whole situation, and Jimmy's agent is like going back and forth on Twitter talking about how, no, I didn't say that, and yes you did. Like, Woj would not do anything like that. Woj is a no nonsense reporter. He does what he need to do. I ain't gonna say no nonsense, but he does what he need to do, and he, you know what I'm saying, he done. He got the point across. We know what's going on, and but man, all these people, they just push these players. Not saying Shams does this, but all these players, like all the media, and Kendrick Perkins and all of these people that are on here, Stephen A. Smith, like all these people who claim they know basketball, like it just doesn't. And he act like Michael Jordan be calling him, like, and be saying stuff to him. Bro, Michael Jordan does not know you, and the only reason Michael Jordan has never come out and publicly said anything about you knowing him or it being fake, if it is, because it is. Like he probably doesn't even spend time on TV. Whenever you see MJ, it's outside doing golf. So for that, Stephen A., you are getting a diss in this, whatever this is, this rant, whatever. You're getting a discredit in my book. Anywho, Asar Thompson, he is an amazing player, just like his brother. They're both really, really good NBA players. I'm glad the Pistons drafted Asar, and I am happy for Houston for getting them in because they're both great prospects. But as a Piston fan, I feel like Asar's defensive development could be on par with like a Tony Allen, but athletic. Like, I feel like Asar has so much potential, and it's just the fact of waiting to see what it'll look like. This is literally like the best part of being an NBA fan, is like not necessarily during a rebuilding phase, but when you get young players on your team to just watch them develop into what they are. And I kind of got a little bit of it when Giannis was developing. I kind of got a little bit of like watching him go from being this skinny kid who had potential to putting on like muscle and being dominant and athletic, similar to Shaquille O'Neal. Like, watching that progression was the best part of being an NBA fan. Like, for me at least, I like the story of being an NBA player. Like, having to go through adversity every day and doing all these things, it's an amazing story. That's like the best part of the NBA for me. So to see a player like Asar Thompson or a Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, I'm just thinking of like wings and forwards. To see a guy like Jackson Hayes, I guess, because he's been playing really good. To even see a guy like Patrick Beverly, and I understand that Patrick Beverly isn't like this like all-star or nothing, but man, I have a real appreciation for that guy. Like, he was a defensive player that had to adjust to the NBA because like after high school and in college, if you don't like and he's real, because he's like, after college, if you don't develop this drive to score, you don't develop a handle, a three, none of that, you're not gonna score in the league. So to avoid doing that, he learned how to play defense. He became a defensive player. And unfortunately, when you don't have offense in the NBA, as you age, your body becomes slower, and if you can't score and you're slow, like, dude, it's a bad combination. And we just see players age out really quickly, and unfortunately, Patrick Beverly's NBA career was cut short by it. Like, some of the prime years for NBA fans that are like growing into the game, like me, we didn't really get a chance to see a longevity of a player like Patrick Beverly, because he's like the only example of it that we know of. And people are a little subjective. So going back and doing research about NBA players, of the history of the NBA, and just seeing how so many different archetypes of players have phased out and how some come back and, you know, just study the game. You know, I love to study the game. Like, it's the best thing to do. But regardless of that, this Piston team has been amazing. It's amazing to be a Pistons fan, and just happy to see us winning. Whether that be we get the 5th or 6th seed, you know, or even if we fall to 7th or 8th somehow, even though that's like literally not gonna happen because let's be honest, Philadelphia is not catching up. The Bulls suck. The Nets aren't doing anything. You know, like there's really no comp. You know, the Raptors aren't doing anything no time soon. Like, you know, maybe if they would have traded for Ingram when the rumors first started that he was going to be shopped, like, I don't know what made them do this trade so late. They could have been had Ingram, and they could have been fighting for a play-in spot literally this year. They literally did not have anything to lose either. Like, you traded Pascal, you let Van Fleet go, and then you trade for Bruce Brown. I don't know what they thought he was going to be or what they thought he was going to do for them, but he really did not do anything while he was there. Like, he became a role player. And I understand from his perspective why he did it, but for them, it was a weird signing. I mean, if I'm Bruce Brown, I go to the Raptors and I'm like, and I just want to get paid because, you know, the team that I'm on now, they're not going to give it to me. So ultimately, I just want to get paid. Got paid and got relaxed, and we haven't seen him be the Bruce Brown we know he could be. And it's just sad because, like, as a team like Toronto, why would you even sign this dude? It's a waste of money. We could have seen opportunity from somebody that was actually going to do something. So, I don't know. Oh, Bruce Brown slander this episode. Like, come on. Anywho, you know, all love because Pistons, but dude, it's not gonna fly. Anywho, if you guys enjoyed, I guess subscribe. I don't know what I'm titling this. I don't know what's gonna be called, but like, I don't even care if people see it. Whoever sees it. If anyone's gonna see this, but like, this is just my rant of what I've been thinking about the NBA. You know, got some stress off my forehead, dude. Oh God. But yeah, if you guys like this, you know, subscribe, like the video, comment. I guess do people even still ask for comments on this thing? Anywho, yeah, I'll see you guys next NBA rant video.